Hey there, Solo here, and before we get started, I wanted to say that this video is in no way an attempt to diminish the time and efforts of the Guardians that have been able to make whatever it is that Bungie has called on the community to finish. As I record this, there are many Guardians still working hard at getting everyone closer to a solution, and no matter what your position on the situation, they should be commended for their work. With that being said, let's talk about this controversial puzzle and why some Guardians do not see this puzzle as a success. On Tuesday, January 14th, Guardians were introduced to a quest given by Osiris asking them to explore the corridors of time. Using the patterns that appears on the obelisks in the Tangled Shore, Mars, Earth, and Nessus, Guardians were able to collect a lore book and create an image that, when followed correctly, would grant them an emblem. To all of our surprise, this was only part one of a multi-part quest, with the next step being the main issue of the overall event. After following the same path that gives the emblem, Guardians were able to reveal a pattern that is believed to be unique to that character and is one of thousands of pieces that connect to a larger image that, again, is still being created to this day. But it is the image creation that seems to be dividing the community, with the Reddit group Raid Secrets appearing to take the lead on constructing the image. The current process is to have several Guardians join up on an Anchor Guardian to reveal their unique piece. The Anchor Guardian then takes a screenshot of the piece and places the image in a Discord channel where assigned transcribers will convert the image into a text on Google Spreadsheet, and that data is then used to construct the image. Sounds like a lengthy process, but they seem to have it working, so that's good. The problem that so many have with this process is that the more critical roles are assumed by either prominent Destiny streamers or someone who is a friend of someone that's doing something critical in this image creation, which is causing some to declare this process as elitist. There has been testimony by some members of the Destiny community that when asked if they can help with one certain part of the process, they were instantly shot down, being told they weren't needed. It has also been expressed that the people who were chosen for the more active roles in constructing the image were more trusted and they were a lower risk of messing things up. In the time of internet trolls and the belief that not everyone has everyone's best interests at heart, I can absolutely understand where these organizers are coming from. But at the end of the day, the process is still elitist. To my knowledge, there was no widespread sign-up sheet to learn the transcription process. There is only a limited amount of Discord channels where you can submit your image if you want to. And trust me, in my field of work, I know this is all for the sake of a seamless project management task, which again is working phenomenally. But it is what it is. And I'm not saying that this is the fault of any of the organizers or any of the individuals working on this construction. Rather, this unfortunately is a result of how this step in the challenge was designed. The Corridors of Time is not Bungie's first time placing a puzzle into the Destiny universe. The infamous Niobe Labs event was a welcome change of pace, although there were quite a bit of criticisms that the community had for Bungie as a result. While I feel that overall Bungie has made great changes to their puzzle designs, the main issue I have with this one is that it separates Guardians into two camps. You have your instant gratification camp, where Guardians are completely fine with receiving praise for doing the bare minimum. And then you have the popularity club, where you get to be the forefront of the solution to the problem. But what about the rest of the Guardians? What about the Guardians that can't dedicate a full 24 hours to help move the community to a solution, but maybe they can dedicate a good 8 hours? What about the Guardians that don't feel a sense of accomplishment by joining on another Guardian, waiting 10 seconds, and then leaving? What about those Guardians that aren't tracking the efforts of finding the solution and are confused or maybe even angered that this is a quest in their quest log when really this is transformed into a community event? That's where I feel the disconnect is. There are some Guardians out there that want to be more than just a puzzle piece, especially when they are fully capable of helping putting the puzzle together. They just want to be a working part of the final solution. But for some reason or another, they're not being given that chance. Again, it is what it is. Now, by no means am I a software developer, and I'm sure the amount of hours that went into designing this puzzle is ridiculous. But if I had the ability to change one thing about this challenge's design, it would be how Guardians can get the pieces. As it stands, the pieces rotate on an hourly basis, and there is a cap on how many pieces one account can acquire, which I believe equals out to be a total of 12 different pieces, but don't quote me on that. I say they would have been better off doing away with putting a cap on the amount of pieces and making it so that Guardians can farm as many pieces as they want. And that can be done by either defeating a major or a mini boss in the room, and every boss defeated would mean a different piece would be revealed. That way, you would actually eliminate the need for an anchor guardian to stay in the room, and for the guardians that wouldn't be transcribing or building the image, at least they can farm pieces so that they would be able to say something like, I may have not been a transcriber, but I farmed and submitted over 200 pieces. I did my part. And that's all I have for you about the Corridors of Time community event. And yes, I will admit I'm one of those people that are mad that I now have a quest that will sit in the log until some solution is found. But let me know in the comments below how you feel about the challenge. Did you already submit your pieces? Why or why not? Thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Solo says, so long.